Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, Maximus. Good morning, everybody. Today, good morning. Today, I want to talk to you about. Good morning. I'm very happy to see you this morning. Today, I'm going to be talking about what it is to have an idea. When you have an idea, you can make that idea come to life. And an idea is something that you think about and that grows in your head, and then you can make that idea into something tangible. That means something real, something that you can feel in the real world. So I had an idea the other day. There's a lot of when we go to stores and we buy certain things that have a plastic container. Maybe it's a salad that's in a plastic container, or maybe it's a pencil, a box of pencils that's in a plastic container. And you know what? You want to come with me? Sure. And you know what? What happens to those plastic containers? I don't want to recycle them because remember, we want to reuse, reduce, and recycle. So not just recycle and reduce, we also want to learn how to reuse. So I had an idea, and I was thinking, well, what if I use these containers? After I'm finished, I bought a salad, and then it came in a plastic container. It was a big plastic container. And instead of recycling it, maybe I could reuse it. And I reuse it, and I'm going to show you in a minute what I used it for. And that's an idea that I had. I had the idea of reusing containers, and I made it come to life. I actually did it. I thought about what would be good to put in those containers, and I'll show you what I put in those containers. And you can do that with many other things. And it's not just about recycling. It's an idea about anything. But it's especially meaningful when you have an idea to change the world. That's how the world has changed. People with ideas, children with ideas. And all of you and everybody in the world can change the world with an idea. But what do you do with an idea? It becomes a little bit more complicated when you really get into the question. So I have a very special book for all of you. Right now I'm going to put you down. Ahorita hablamos. Hold on. What Do You Do with an Idea? By Kobe Yamada, illustrated by May Bessam, and we're going to learn what we do with an idea. So let's start. What do you do with an idea? Written by Kobe Yamada, illustrated by May Bessam. What do you do with an idea? One day, I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered. What do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. But it followed me. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away, and I didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when it was around. It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. It grew bigger, and we became friends. I showed it to other people even though I was afraid of what they would say.
I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid that they would think it wasn't a good idea. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. At first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up my idea. I almost listened to them. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do. And it's okay to be different. It's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it. I played with it. But most of all, I gave it my attention. My idea grew and grew. And so did my love for it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands. Because, it said, it is good to have the ability to see things differently. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then, one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just part of me anymore, it was part of everything. And then I realized what to do with it. What you do with an idea, you change the world.
That is what you can do with an idea. So, like I was talking to all of you earlier, Reina, I'm going to put you here. Like I was talking to all of you earlier, that I had an idea about recycling my plastic containers. And look, this is a glue gun with my sticks, so I can glue things together. And I was thinking, well, it came in a little plastic bag, but the bag broke. So what can I do? And I got an idea. I had this container specifically, and then I was able to put my glue gun in here, and now I'm reusing this plastic container. So an idea can be very small and it can be very big, but either way, whatever idea you have, it can change the world. And something as small as this and simple is changing the world, because it's contaminating the world less with plastics that we really don't need to be tossing away like that. So small things can have big impacts, and that's what I want all of you to take away from this book that we were reading today. Especially since all of you were children, you need to start forming good habits so that when you're older, you already know. You already know what you can do, and you can have these really big ideas, and they can even grow into bigger things, just like a flower. And that's what I wanted to tell all of you. So everybody, thank you so much. all of you can go play, and after we go play, have lunch, nap, playtime, all of you are gonna go sleep. So, see you all in a little bit.